Hey guys, Seth here back with another Apex Legends video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now in today's video, we're going to be going over some huge news. So as you guys know, Season 14 is going to be coming out tomorrow, but today we did get the Hunted Battle Pass official trailer, and along with that, we got the official Season 14 patch notes. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to be skipping over the stuff we already knew. Obviously, we already knew about Vantage and her abilities, the Reforged King's Canyon update, and then the level cap increase. You can now get up to level 500 tier 3, so that's 3 tiers of level 500, and this adds 345 additional Apex packs available to earn, which is very nice for those people who don't want to spend money on the game. Then obviously we have a new battle pass, but now let's get on to the main changes. So starting off with ranked changes, the entry cost has increased by 5 for all levels, and then the kill RP, they removed diminishing returns on elimination, as well as there has been no change to the rank reset. They will be resuming ranked reset of 6 divisions. Now let's get down to the real balance updates. Starting off, we have the laser sights. It is a new attachment to replace barrels for SMGs and pistols, as well as it causes reduced hipfire spread, which is very cool. I'm excited to see what those laser sights have in store for us. Now onto the crate rotation. The G7 Scout returns to the floor, as well as the Volt SMG returns to the floor, and the Bow and Rampage enter the crate. Now onto the crafting rotation. Wingman returns to the floor, as well as so does the Car SMG, but the Devotion LMG enters the crafter, as well as RE45 and Hammerpoint combo enters the crafter. I'm definitely excited that RE45 and Hammerpoint is a combo in the crafter. But now onto the gold weapon rotation. It is going to be the Longbow DMR, G7 Scout, Mozambique, R99, and Hemlock as the gold weapon rotation. Now onto a change for all SMGs. They have made the base hipfire spread increase. So the SMGs, for all of them, base hipfire spread has been increased. Now onto assault rifles. The base hipfire spread was also increased for assault rifles. So same thing for SMG and assault rifles. Now onto the EVA 8. They made recoil improvements. It now takes stocks, as well as they removed 1 pellet from the blast pattern. Now the fire rate has also been increased to 2.3 from 2.0. The pellet damage was increased to 7 from 6, and the bolt rate of fire bonuses has been increased. So for white, it is 1.1. The blue, it is 1.2 now, and purple, it is 1.3. So some pretty big buffs and changes for the EVA 8. Now onto the bow compound bow. Now the damage at full draw has been increased to 70 from 60. The tempo draw speed was increased to 0.38 from 0.32. The Shattercap's pellet damage increased to 12 from 11. The fired arrows can no longer be collected, as well as arrows spawns have been removed from the floor. So some pretty big changes and meta changes for the bow. But now onto the Rampage. The damage was increased to 28 from 26, as well as Rampages now come with a thermite grenade already in it. So that is some pretty good buffs and changes for that Rampage. But now onto the Volt SMG. The damage was reduced to 15 from 17, so a slight nerf to that Volt. Now onto the Car SMG. It no longer takes barrel attachments, so slight change to the Car SMG. Now onto the G7 Scout. The damage was reduced to 34 from 36. The headshot multiplier was reduced to 1.75 from 2.0, and now the double tap hop up burst fire delay is increased to 0.4 from 0.375. Now onto the L Star. They increased projectile speed. They also increased the number of shots before overheat at base to 24 from 20, so it now takes 4 more shots. They also removed the bright red flash when hitting non-armored targets. Now onto the RE45. They increased the iron sight FOV to 70 to be consistent with other pistols. They also increased strafe speed by 5% to be consistent with other pistols. Now onto the Wingman. The Wingman now uses sniper ammo and magazines, which is interesting to say the least. But now onto the sniper ammo. Sniper ammo inventory stack has been increased to 28 from 24, as well as sniper ammo boxes now contain 14 rounds instead of 12. Now onto the Spitfire. They have made some recoil adjustments to increase vertical barrel climb, as well as the Spitfire now uses light ammo and magazines. The 30-30 repeater, the dual loader, has been worked into the base of the 30-30 repeater, as well as it now takes the skull piercer rifling. But now onto the Mastiff. So the projectile growth has been reduced on the Mastiff, as well as base fire rate was reduced to 1.1 from 1.2, and the dual loader was removed. The Sentinel, there has been one change. The Deadeye's tempo has been worked into into the base of the Sentinel. Now onto hop up. So the double tap adds burst fire mode to EVA 8 and G7 Scout, like we already knew, as well as the Skull Piercer increases 35% headshot damage on the Longbow, Wingman, and 30-30 repeater. But they did remove Deadeye's Tempo and Shatter Caps from floor loot, as well as the boosted loader has been reduced to epic quality from legendary, so it's going to be more common. Now onto the backpack gold perk. There is a new perk called Deep Pockets. Deep Pockets allows large medical supplies stacks higher in your inventory, so batteries and medkits now stack to 3 in your inventory, as well as Phoenix kits now stack to 2 in your inventory when you have that backpack that is gold. Now onto the knockdown shield gold perk. The new perk is Guardian Angel. Previously the backpack perk, as well as self revive, has been removed from the game. Now onto the Arc Star. They reduced stick damage on armor to 10 from 40. They also removed the aim slow on stick, but it remains on detonation, and then the detonation damage increased to 75 from 70. Now onto explosive holds. They added blue attachments to possible spawns, as well as they added laser sights to the pool, and they reduced the spawn rate of gold magazines. But now onto the buffs and changes for the legends, starting out with Valkyrie. So starting off with the big changes to Valkyrie, we have her VTOL jets. So the acceleration on activation has been decreased by about 8%, as well as fuel consumption on activation is increased by 33%. And then aerial boosting and strafing take a 20% debuff when hit by slowing effects. And lastly, for her VTOL jets, they added a third orange state to the fuel meter UI between green and red, which is 60% and 30%. So there is another level to that now. Now onto her missile swarm. The aim and turn slow has been removed, as well as the move slow duration was decreased from 2.5 seconds to 2.0 seconds. And then they also reduced the explosion radius of the missile swarm from 175 to 125. So quite a big nerf there. Now onto her ultimate, the Skyward Dive. The height has been reduced by 25%, as well as the launch time was reduced from 5.5 seconds to 5.0 seconds. They also made it so players in the Valkyrie ult now travel upward at a slightly slower speed. So quite a lot of changes for Valkyrie and quite a lot of nerfs. But now onto Horizon, her black hole. Adjustments to Newt's hitbox to make destroying it more reliable. So they have made some slight changes on that hitbox of Newt. And then the black hole, Newt takes 50% more damage from explosive. But that's all we have for Horizon. Now onto Watson. They made some improvements to her perimeter security placement system. Now we got Newcastle. First off, with his passive Retrieve the Wounded, they increased the move speed during revive by 25%. They also reduced the turn slow while reviving by 50%. They also increased white knockdown shield health from 150 to 200, and they increased blue knockdown shield health from 250 to 300. Next, we have the mobile shield. They increased the HP of that from 350 to 500, as well as they doubled the max movement speed with that mobile shield. Now onto the castle wall. They added turn slow to electrical barrier effects and increased the severity of the slow effect to movement. So quite a nice little buff for Newcastle there. Now onto Mad Maggie. Starting off with her riot drill, the projectile launch speed has been doubled. And then we have a wrecking ball. They made it so it will travel twice as far while dropping the same amount of magnets, as well as duration has been increased from 5 seconds to 10 seconds, and the magnet spawn delay increased from 0.4 seconds to 0.8 seconds. Also, the Wrecking Ball will deal damage to enemy placeable objects. This includes castle walls, death totem, mobile shield, and all of that good stuff. Lastly, for the Wrecking Ball, they fixed the Wrecking Ball not blinding and slowing enemies, so it will now do that. Now onto Rampart. So they now ignore friendly collision on amped cover placement, i.e. placing walls around teammates will feel more smooth, which is a slight change but always good. Now onto Caustic. They fixed the gas ramping bug where transitioning from friendly to enemy gas would initially damage for more than intended, which was annoying. But now onto Mirage. So Mirage decoys will now be scanned by Valk when skydiving, as well as Mirage decoys will now be picked up by Seer's Heartseeker. Lastly, they fixed a bug where Mirage decoys were picked up by Seer's exhibit as AI and not players. Next, we have Revenant. His death totem will now show a placement preview when activated instead of placing immediately. Next, we have the crafting update, and I'll show that on screen right now for you guys. Definitely make sure to check out those changes for crafting. And then the maps rotating for public matches during Hunted are Kings Canyon, World's Edge, and Storm Point, which is nice to see. They also made some changes for World's Edge where they removed some frustrating final rings at staging that were causing heal-offs. Fragment East loot has been buffed from low tier to medium, and they added OOB to West Rocks at Lava Siphon. Lastly, and finally, we have some quality of life changes. I'll show that on screen right now for you guys. You can go ahead and check those quality of life changes, as well as they have made a ton of bug fixes, which I will show on screen right now for you guys. But that is all of the patch notes we do have for Season 14. It will be launching tomorrow, so make sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you guys are excited for this. But it's been your boy Seth Lee. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out a ton. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. But it's been your boy Seth Lee, and I'm out.